Oh, hi there. There's a lot of talk about ending racism, and no one really agrees on how to go about doing it. But we are experts, and experts always know what they're talking about. We sat and meditated in our expert brains and came up with the definitive methods for stopping racism in its tracks. And here they are.
7 easy ways to end racism forever.
Number 1, kill all white people. An easy one. And if you're white, well, you know what to do. Number 2, pluck out everyone's eyes. You can't be racist if you can't see. Number 3 is one of my personal favorites. Have an after-school special about how racism is bad, hosted by a cool TV star like Kirk Cameron. You could have trendy bands on like Hanson and Crisscross, and all the kids would give up their racist ways. In an mbop, they're gone. Number 4, teach everyone to always focus on race as the most important thing about a person. The only way to end racism is to make sure you're constantly talking about race and never letting people forget what the color of their skin is. Not even for a second. Number 5 is an easy one you can do from home right now. Have the Earth get invaded by flesh-eating aliens, so we have a common enemy to unite against. Bring on the aliens. Number 6, segregate people by skin color. We can't talk honestly about racism if we're all just mixed together like a melting pot. We need to segregate into different rooms, different schools, and different drinking fountains. Number 7, steal some Nikes. Racism will crumble as you bash the window of the Nike store and leave with some sweet kicks. So just do it. Whatever you do, don't believe the lie that we're all one blood and that race is a social construct meant to divide us. This is dangerous Christian brainwashing and will only lead to people treating each other the same. And we cannot defeat racism that way. With this knowledge in mind, go forth and punch racism in the face. Or at least your neighbor, if you suspect he's a racist.
Hey, white people. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I got a bone to pick with you guys. Can you guys please explain to me why it is that every time there's a disgusting injustice committed toward a black person, that all of you kind of just short circuit? Black lives matter. White privilege. All lives matter. I don't know what matters anymore. Swear to God, I can't scroll through Instagram for more than 2 seconds these days without some white person saying something like, I gotta check my white privilege. Black people, I wanna help you. Help me help you. I know you hate me. I hate me too. Let me help you hate me more. Do you need a knife to stab me in the throat? I can get you the knife to stab me in the throat. You know what? I'm not racist. All I see is people. I have like a bunch of black friends. I love black people. I don't even see color. I don't see color. I don't see color. You guys have any idea how ridiculous it is to claim that you don't see color? If you can't see color, I don't want you driving through any intersections in my neighborhood, okay? And what is this supposed to accomplish anyway, saying that you don't see color? What you're essentially saying when you say you don't see color is you're saying, hey, black person, I understand that your blackness is very dirty. It's very, very dirty and it's very shameful, but don't worry about it. I can't see it. Why is it that we have to not be able to see somebody's blackness in order to appreciate who they are as a person? I mean, would you ever walk up to a blonde, blue-eyed person and say, hey, I didn't even realize your eyes were blue? No, because when you see somebody who has beautiful blue eyes or beautiful blonde hair, you're very quick to compliment that person for the beautiful feature they have. But for some reason, when it's a black person, we have to not see their blackness. We can't appreciate their beautiful features for the fact that they are black features instead of appreciating them in spite of their blackness. I cannot stand this behavior. And it doesn't just begin and end with race. We do this with everything. There's this idea in everybody's head that in order to appreciate people, we have to avoid their differences like the plague. It's completely counterproductive. For instance, we're taught that if a person doesn't have use of their legs or they don't have legs at all, we can't mention it. We can't mention it. We can't look at it. We can't talk about it. Don't you think people would be happier and feel more accepted in society if instead of avoiding their differences altogether, we embraced them? I mean, a lot of groups of friends, the way they show camaraderie is by poking fun at each other. If you have somebody who has a difference that you can't mention, you won't want to communicate with this person whatsoever. I mean, if I lost my legs tomorrow in an accident, would I want everybody pussyfooting around the fact that I don't have legs anymore? No, I'd prefer that every time I sat down on a bench and couldn't get back up, that my friends would be like, hey, You having trouble getting up? You know it would probably help if you had fucking legs. That would make me feel accepted. Because that would say to me, hey, I don't have legs. I'm a little bit different from you, but we can still get along. We can still have a good time. I can still call you a piece of shit, and you could still call me a legless fuck. When you strip someone of these very natural, friendly interactions, you're essentially saying to them, you are so beneath me. You are such a subhuman that I can't even include you in very basic human interactions. Listen, guys, if you want to help black people, if you really want to help black people, stop acting so goddamn weird around black people. Stop worrying about what you have to call them. Oh, should I call them African American? I don't know, because they're not African. They're black. Just call them black. They're black people. They're fine with being black. And the fact that you think it's offensive to call a black person black is once again more offensive than calling a black person black. If you think it's offensive, you're admitting to the fact that you think being black is something to be ashamed of. Sorry guys, I just needed to get that off of my chest. I had a little bit of a nervous breakdown a couple of days ago. I'm sure you guys can relate. I'm sure you're all on a roller coaster of emotions. But I recently came out of it, and what's going on in the world, guys? What's going on out there? Is it really that difficult for us to put aside our differences for 5 minutes just to make sure the world doesn't end? Is that really that difficult? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think we are complicating something that is very, very simple. The only thing that's going to get us out of this is loving each other. I know that might sound really cliche and really stupid, but it's the only way out of this. And I think we're overcomplicating it. And I really hope that we can collectively come to this understanding that the only way we're going to get out of this is by loving each other and accepting each other and coming together for a common good to battle a common enemy. And I still do have faith that that's gonna happen. Anyway, if you like this video, please click the like button and comment and subscribe, and I will see you all next week. Bye.